Chelsea versus Aston Villa was a big match this last weekend and really did show Chelsea's tactics and Enzo Maresca's capability of moving around different players. And yes, we are going to be talking about Cancelo right here in just a second. But what we did see in the beginning of this match was a 4-2, 3-1. But really, what did happen was we saw a player move up, which we have been seeing earlier all season long with Enzo Maresca, and that was Cancelo, because we did see a few injuries, but this allowed to have a 3-2-3-1-1 almost, or even you could argue that it did turn into a 3-3-4, which, yes, is seeming really shocking, but really what this allowed Chelsea to do was having a high pressure in this match. If you did not see what they were able to do, they were able to just, again, push Aston Villa quite deeply back, and anytime Andy Martinez had the ball, he really had no options, because typically the CBs do split and again give you different options to go left or right, but with four players back there pushing against them, it made it very difficult because they were cutting those channels off, and even Enzo Fernandez was moving up into this area. So really all Emmy could do was play it here or played over the top, and anytime he really wanted to do that over the top, Cucurella, Colwell, or Fofana were there to win it aerial-wise, and even if they did dribble through this area, they then had to deal with Lavia and Cancelo. This, again, was a masterclass from the manager. Chelsea just was a whole different beast in this match, and the reason why is because now we have Cancelo, Lavia, and Enzo Fernandez. This has been a real big issue, trying to get all three players into the midfield when they're all fully fit. We have seen Lavia and Cancelo play, but then that saw Enzo Fernandez on the bench. We've seen Cancelo and Enzo play with Lavia when he's injured, but if all three are fit, it does make sense that these three players should be playing, because typically this now formation, what we're seeing on the screen now, allows us to play the ball all over the place, and again allows Homer to be free more so in the attacking area, can also drift back if he needs to, drift off to the left, and this even allows Enzo Fernandez to do this as well, that he was able to drift and not have to worry defensively wise as much, because Lavia and Cancelo are two brick walls that can really defend this entire midfield, and therefore again they can really rely on these two players. If they do mess up and lose the ball, they can again continue to attack. And even if they did play the ball over the top with Emi Martinez, we saw Cucurella with the back three, Colwell, Fofana, that really did win any aerial duels that we did see in this area. And therefore, again, Aston Villa never really had a chance to do anything in this match. And yes, they did have a few counterattacks. Any team's going to get one of those, because as we push players up, it does leave this big space down here where, again, yes, any team can hit that. But anytime they even actually had a chance, Sanchez, the player that I know has gotten a lot of slack these last couple matches, showed up in this game and had some big saves as well. This is really what we do want to see with this team, though, because we're seeing different dynamics now. We're able to high press teams that are not able to pass the ball around. We're able then to play possession with all these players in this area. We're able to overload an area, which if we want to attack on one side we can, or we just switch the ball over. We can even have multiple players coming into the sides on the left wing, the right wing. Chelsea right now are going to be one of the hardest teams to beat, because again, with all the players that they have right now, they can switch out players in and out, minus maybe the midfield, Lavia and Cancelo, because these two players are very key factors in this because of how good they are defensively wise in that midfield. But like I said, if we can continue to play well, Chelsea is a very difficult to beat. And again, the momentum they currently have right now with all these players is going to be difficult. The next couple teams will really dictate how much more momentum is going forward. But if Chelsea can keep this up, a title race is definitely in the horizon for this team, for Enzo Maresca. And yes, Chelsea, I do believe, are back. If you enjoyed this video, I greatly appreciate if you do hit the like button, subscribe down below. I will see you in our next video.